Robert Craig, you wanted to start, just jump off and introduce yourself and tell people what you got going on.
Yes, hi. Yeah, like Deon said, my name is Robert Craig. Call me Rob. I recently wrote a book and that has been published. And basically I'm out here promoting it. It's a good read. Not being arrogant, but it is a good read.
It is a good read. I can say that too. So you don't have to say you being arrogant. It is. You being honest.
Yeah. So I would just, like to promote the book. It's called Lost in Love, a novel by Robert Craig. You can get it on Amazon Books, $19.99. If you have a problem getting it on Amazon, then I personally through Deon will send you a link and let Deon send out the link.
Yeah. You know where it's at? It's on Amazon and it's under the title, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they should be under the title. It's titled Lost in Love, a novel by Robert Craig.
Yeah, if you can't find it, hit me up. But yeah, you should be able to search and find it.
Yeah, you should be able to search.
You got a website? Where are you selling it at? You got a website? Are you out the trunk with it?
It's on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
It's on Amazon. You can order it through Amazon.com.
Okay, perfect. And
like I said, it's a good read. 5 brothers. Unbreakable bond. Things happen in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
But it's suspenseful, right? So I tried to make it to where you got to try and figure out what's going to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
Each page, you want to know what's going to happen next. And like I said, it's a great read. I'm also
is it based on any truth?
Those that know.
Okay. Has anybody approached you and been like, "Hey, I know who you was talking about in this"?
I've had a lot of calls from family and friends, right?
Uh-huh.
And like some of my nieces was like, "I got some questions," right? So it's been that kind of journey, right? But it's been great.
Do you answer the questions or you deny?
Huh?
Do you answer the questions or do you deny?
Those that know.
That's all I'm gonna say about it.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about. I'll say this: you'll definitely know.
Yeah.
You'll definitely know.
I got the script. I got the script. So.
Yeah, you got the script. So, it's funny how the imagination can run, because most of it is nonfiction, and like I said, there's some fiction in there, and people will decipher that know. But those that don't,
I know I got it in arm's reach somewhere. It's in that envelope, in that envelope you put it in. I still got it in the same envelope you put it in.
Well, that's the original manuscript that you have.
That's what I'm talking about. It's been rewritten into a
because if you remember, your brother Tashe is the one that
exactly, and he gave me that to give back. He gave me that to give back to you, or no, you gave it to me, right? He gave it back to you, and then you gave me that to turn to a movie script.
Right. We want to shop it around as a movie script. Anybody, producers, anybody out there, it could be a great series. It could be a great TV series, or it can be a great movie.
Hold it up again and show the title.
The title is called Lost in Love, a novel by Robert Craig. Can everybody see that?
On Amazon.
Yes, Amazon.com. And books, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's been great, man. I'm so proud of you too, little bro. You know what I'm saying? And then a shout out to my publisher, Ricky Gaines, and his wife, Andrea. Capital Gaines Publishing. Great people to work with. If you looking to write your book and get it published, they're a great publishing company to work with. I recommend them highly. And like I said, I'm a songwriter. I'm a singer. I have a gospel song right now out on 23 platforms. It's capital R dot F dot capital F dot and Craig, CRAIG, and the title of the song is Praise Him, featuring Trayvon Williams and Michael Kirkpatrick.
Nice.
And it was a lot of sadness in doing those songs too. You know what I'm saying? Because during making Praise Him, my brother Michael Patrick, he passed away.
Wow.
So it was, you know, it was like, do I do the music? Do I do not do the music? And then, of course, you do the music because you honor him in doing the music because his voice is on the song. You know, but yeah, look out for me. I have a lot of songs coming out. Like I said, you can find Praise Him on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, all the major platforms. So I'm looking for your support there too. As you can see, I'm sitting in my car because I'm always moving, and Deon can attest. That's just been my nature.
It has been as long as I've known him. As long as I've known him, Rod done pulled up on me.
You know, that's just my thing. You know, keep it moving, moving and grooving. But yeah, I just like to thank you, brother.
You too, man. You too. Wait, hold on. Let me say you too for everything. You always, you know, you've been there. You've been there. You know what's up.
You know, like I say, those who know, right?
Right.
It's what's already known. We don't have to say it because we brothers.
That's right.
You know what I'm
saying? That's right.
we brothers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like I said, I'm just busy, D. You know, I'm just, you know, I thank you for this platform. I thank radio station. I'm really grateful. I'm really humbled, and by this experience, I'm even grateful that you even thought of me to come on here and promote my book. Please go get.
Of course.
Please
I want
get the
everybody
book.
To go get it.
Yes, we're working on audio. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I'm old school, so it was a pen to the paper for me, right? But we're working on audio, and you know, where people can hear it audibly and stuff like that.
Are you doing the voiceovers and stuff like that? Are you gonna do the actual character voices and stuff?
I was thinking that I should do it, but then, you know, just keep it 1,000. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm gonna get AI to do it.
There you go.
You know,
Allen Iverson does voiceover. Sorry, man, my bad. But yeah, no, the AI shit. You right.
Boy, you crazy. But yeah, man. I'm like I said, I'm humble and I'm grateful for this platform. Get the book, Lost in Love. You know, Robert Craig. You know,
right.
Nobody trying to tell everybody about somebody.
Right.
You know, and God has been good to me, and I just want to, if I can save one young man, and I'm not talking about like being a savior, but if I can get one man after he reads this book, or one young lady after they read this book to turn and go a different way, then that's my meaning of success. That's my meaning of success. I don't care if it's just one person.
Yeah, 100%. You should be able to with that book.
Yeah, because, you know, we have nobody to throw away.
No.
I know the world, you know, I know society and stuff, you know, they paint a different picture, but we see the homeless, we see all this. And like I said, that's my thing, you know, help feeding the homeless, help doing things like that.
Right.
We have nobody that we can just throw away, man.
Right. I don't know how deep into your story you want to get, but on this platform, but we have another platform that I want to invite you to. It's called Life Stories with Mariana. We've been promoting it on this platform, but if you're interested in doing something like that,
you know, anything to support you, bro.
It would be to support you too as well. You know, we would definitely need the support from your story. Would definitely support our channel, but it would be for you too.
I'm just originally I'm from Vallejo, California. I grew up in a middle class family. I'm the youngest of 8. Beverly Hills was my hood. Called the Hillside, home of E40, 𝐷𝐸, and I raised those guys, you know, and we started something called the Hillsides. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really proud of that, you know what I'm saying, because of the damage it did. But I do want to, you know, set the record straight. And like I told the little homies back then, and I'll say it out here on this radio platform, that everything that I ever told them or ever taught them that was wrong was just bullshit. Excuse my language.
It's fine.
But you know, it was just, that's what it was, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're trying to go back and get it right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm starting off with the book. You know what I'm saying? I'm starting off with the book. And like I said, and the music. And later on we want to start having some summits, you know, for young men to get things off their chests.
Right.
You know, because conversation rule the nation, right?
Right.
Remember, you heard it here first. Conversation rule the nation.
It's true, especially today where the attention, you know, attention is a commodity right now.
Right. Yeah. And with social media platforms, you know, and different things going, we got to try and, you know, we're losing the youth to other things. You know what I mean?
Technology.
Right. And so what hope do we have for the future if we have no social skills?
Right.
But thank you, little bro, for having me, man.
It's all good, man. I appreciate you. Like I said, I want to talk to you more and get deeper into your story, so people really know. Because
I was just with 40. I was just with 40 a couple of months ago down in Vegas, and it's all love. It was beautiful, you know. And like I said, people want to reach out.
You know what? I got a little. What you doing? You busy? You got stuff? You look like you was on your way to somewhere. You got something you got to go take care of?
No, bro. We're gonna do this until you say it's done, bro.
Man, let's take a little time and talk about it. About just life in general. Let's just talk about, because you haven't always been the man you are today. Maybe we can talk about let's talk about your beginnings. Let's first talk about your beginnings and where you grew up in Vallejo and what it was like to grow up in Vallejo.
So, growing up in Vallejo, California, it was supposed to be the ideal place to raise a family, right? Like I said, I was the youngest of 8 children, 4 boys, 4 girls. My parents were Fred and Margie Craig, and me, 1000. You know, I was spoiled. I was spoiled rotten, and
of course, you got all them older siblings. They gonna beat each other up for messing with you.
Or they gonna beat me up for being spoiled rotten. You know?
Oh, your parents spoiled you.
And my oldest sister Mary.
Okay.
My oldest sister Mary Jackson. I was her baby. You know what I'm saying? But growing up, you know, we did our hood. Beverly Hills hood was the Beverly Hills School Elementary School, and there we sat by a water fountain and everybody chopped up game while we either playing basketball, baseball, football. It was all sports orientated, and that's how we grew up. You know, we just played sports all day long at the school when everybody got out of school, and that carried over to being just, we turned it into our turf. You know what I'm saying? We had janitors, you know what I'm saying, that would open rooms for us, you know, things like that. You know, I could talk about it now. You know what I'm saying? But when I say open up rooms for us, not to take anything, but, you know, the other persuasion.
No, just to have a spot.
Yeah. And we grew, we talked, and the thing is that our older brothers, they shot dice. You know, they drunk the latest drinks, you know what I'm saying, smoked weed, you know, and you know, we wanted to be like our brothers, you know what I'm saying? We wanted to imitate all that of what we saw as growing up. But one thing happened is that a lot of other people in different parts of the city, they didn't have what we had. They didn't have a big green grass, you know, field where, you know, you can spread your blanket out and sit down, bring your radio. And that's what a lot of the young women used to do on the weekends. Well, like I said, brothers used to gamble on the weekends, and guys would come from other parts of the city, and there would always be trouble. You know what I mean? And me and one of the characters in the book, and my close brother right now, his name is Ricky Roberts, and another character in the book, my brother right now, his name is Darren Smith. We were sitting on our bikes one day, and we was just watching all the chaos that the outsiders brought. That's how we felt. They were outsiders, and we said, when it's our turn, they're not welcome, right? And so it begins. It's so funny that we formed this, right? And we enforced it. And it wasn't that we were trying to be bad. We were just trying to protect our hood. But our understanding was far from reality. You know what I'm saying? Instead of protecting our hood, we kind of terrorized it, by allowing different things to happen. We had rivals, you know what I'm saying? We had rivals that
it was the same city. Vallejo's the same city, but it's like north, south, east. Right. Not really the east, right?
You got the crest side.
Right. That's north.
You got the hill side.
That's like west.
You got College Park. You got Rancho. You got Lofus. You got the Lofus Mall. East. You know what I'm saying? And then you got South Side.
Yeah.
Right. City. Then you got Millerville. You got Bridgeside. You got Hillcrest.
Just for the people who don't know about Vallejo, or it's a small city that he just broke up into like 9 different hoods, pretty much, right?
Exactly. And the funny part about it is that North Vallejo is far from East Vallejo and South Vallejo, to where the hillside is located in the south side.
It's not walking distance like a hood would be in LA.
Right. So everybody had allies.
Right.
Right. Our allies was the south side, the bridge side, and Millersville.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and the crest allies were Lofus, Rancho, College Park. They were all north. Mm-hmm. But the funny part about that is that when we started high school, they integrated the crest side and the hillside at the same high school. And to this day, I still try and do the mathematics on that, because right in the center of where the crest is Vallejo High School. But for some reason, everybody from the crest came to Hogan, and everybody from the hills went to Hogan. And the other allies were there, and some were at Vallejo High. Southside was at Vallejo High. It was just, I guess, depending on how they felt.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, stuff started getting crazy back in high school, right? Because everybody wants to prove who's the hardest and who hood is this. It's the same story in every city, I'm sure.
For sure.
But yeah.
But what made Vallejo different is that it was so small, and that there were so many different places to come from. And then also Vallejo being so small, if you had any talent, you could be supported by the whole city and uplifted by the whole city. So there was a lot of talent like E40, CC Sabathia, Mac Dre, and several other names that have come out of Vallejo.
Well, you got Tony Lonemeyer, who played in the World Series from Vallejo. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, CC Sabathia.
Mm-hmm.
He is now this year is going to be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Right.
There's a lot of talent out of Vallejo. You got Confunction. You know what I'm saying? The old school R&B group.
Mm-hmm.
Sly and the Family Stone. Originally from Vallejo.
Yeah.
All this talent coming out there, and now you got La Russell, and you got you still got Sally Sale. You got so many different talents that's coming out of Vallejo, and they're actually making it. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, it's crazy for a city with maybe a little bit over 150,000 people to have so much amazing talent come out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the funky Aztecs. You know, you had Anything Goes. You know, I can name them all because there used to be hip hop Sunday night at this little club downtown of Vallejo called Talk of the Town. And it turned into a monster, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They had, you know, that's where 40 and them first performed Tired of Being Stepped On. That's where Mac Dre and them came in, performed, you know. You had DJ Cease, rest in peace, you know. And it was so funny, it was so lit that we actually got Run DMC to come to Little Old Vallejo and perform on Hip Hop Sunday nights at the Talk of the Town. Massive, huge, right?
And how that happened? What was the process of making that happen?
The process was In Too Deep, which was a Caucasian rap group, JT and them, you know, Mexicans. We love them all, you know what I'm saying? They were like brothers to us. And just the club owner, he seen what a success that his Hip Hop Sunday nights were. And so what do you do with success, right? You try and build on it. So he built on it by bringing in a headliner, you know, somebody that will bring a bigger crowd. But it worked, you know, even though with all rivals apart from each other in the club, there was no drama. You know, everybody just came to put their music down and enjoy good music. But it was, like I said, it started turning into something later on in life to where we start killing each other. And the funny part about it is not funny, but most of us were all related to each other. That's why it's important to know who your family is. Because I was fighting against my cousins, shooting at my cousins. You know what I'm saying? And didn't know it, but just because they were from the wrong side of town. And we wasn't no bullies. That's one thing about my neighborhood. We weren't bullies. We didn't go looking for trouble. But if we happened to step into it, we wasn't going to back down from it. You know, other people weren't looking for trouble. But that wasn't our thing. Like I said, I have no sad story like, oh, I came from a broken home. You know, Pops wasn't there. No, Pop was right there. And my mother was married 52 years, rest of both of their souls. And I can speak for a majority of the characters in this book, Lost in Love, we all had two-parent homes. We were just bad. You know, we wanted our own slice of pie. You know, and when you talk about being spoiled, you have to realize this. We know our parents do it out of love and affection, but it can also hurt.
Yeah.
Because when the world doesn't give you your way, you try and make it your way. And usually it's the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Usually there's consequences. I did 2 7-year bids in state prison. Actually, it's where the book was written, in state prison. I did a lot of things that I'm not proud of. You know, that's why here with this book and with my public servitude, I'm trying to right some wrongs. I know I can't right every wrong, but like I said, if I can help 1 or 2 people, you know, that's the most important thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the hillside, Earl Stevens, which is known now, you know, he's E40. His brother, Delon Stevens, Danielle Stevens, and Tanina Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
That's 40, D-Shot, Sugar T, and Young Muggsy. They had a crew, and their turf was Magazine Street. You know what I'm saying? Magazine Street was the main vein from South Vallejo all the way to Beverly Hills. You know, and I know people say Beverly Hills, yeah, we had a hood called Beverly Hills. And yes, we had Beverly Drive, Hollywood Street, Ladera, La Brea, We had all that.
Yeah.
But it wasn't no place you wanted to come visit.
No.
After dark.
No.
You know, but like I said, 40 they were on Magazine Street. That was the main vein. And then
just a quick fact, I used to live on Gary Circle, which was right down the street from Magazine, and at the bottom of what he's saying is Beverly Hills, where 7-Eleven and McDonald's kind of was the border.
Right. That was the border going over the overpass, entering into South Vallejo.
Mm-hmm.
But our store, we called it the Little Store.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was owned by Jimmy Williams, rest his soul.
Yeah.
You know, a black-owned store, and that's where we went. Everybody went to the Little Store,
right,
unless you had to go grocery shopping.
Right.
But like I said, we were very fortunate, very blessed to have the upbringing and raising that we did have. Yeah, we might have went astray, but there's some things we would not do. Women and children were always off limits, period. You know, but I see in today's society, it's a different ball game. Hey, you know, that's why we're trying to reach out to young men, young women. You know, let them know, yeah, the game is fast, the game is fun, the game could seem to be thrilling, but the game don't last a lifetime.
Right. You say it's a different ball game now, but it's the kids that shoot. They call them YNs now.
That's what I'm saying, is that when I was growing up, we fought with our fists. Somebody might pull out a knife, you know, but we fought with our fists. But the generations, you know, that came after us, they fought with guns. And everybody loses when that happens. There's no winners in that game. You know, like I said, I've been to prison twice. I didn't learn the first time, so I had to get another 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and during that course of the 7 years, the first 7 years, I lost my sister, I lost my grandmother, I lost my mother, and couldn't go to neither one of them's funeral because I was stuck in state penitentiary.
Mm-hmm.
And so those kind of things.
Do they notify you?
They do notify you. Well, yes, they do notify you if a family member calls up and lets them know.
Okay.
You know, and so going through that, I had a lot of animosity, a lot of anger towards the justice system. There was a saying. There was a saying back in the 80s. I think it might have been Grandmaster Flash, and I might be telling my age a little bit, but he said, "You search for justice, and what do you find? You find just us on the unemployment line. You find just us sweating from dawn to dusk. There's no justice. It's just us."
Cool.
You know, and so we, as a people, and not just us, it's just the world right now. You know, sometimes you want to say, man, everybody smoke a joint. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Everybody chill the fuck out.
Everybody chill out, man. You know, it's not that serious. You know, we see what's going on now in the entertainment world. Secrets are coming out, things that we've known for years.
Right.
Or are now just coming out to the surface. But like I said, Earl Stevens is a genius. My girlfriend lived next door to him, and we're family, me and 40. But my girlfriend lived next door to him, and we seen the struggle. But we also seen the uprising. And I'm so proud of him.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him because I know.
E40 actually says your name in some of his songs, right?
Yes.
And your family name.
Yes.
He names you directly and says your family name several times in his music.
Yeah, he gave out my whole government a couple of times.
Yeah,
but,
he did.
but I know it's out of love.
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
It's out of love, and I know where he's coming from.
For sure.
You know, because I know him.
Right.
I know him as a person, as a friend, and as a homie.
Yeah.
You know, and as a family member.
Right.
You know, so like I said, Mac Dre, rest in peace. You know, there were rivalries, you know, even in the rap game. You know what I'm saying? The rap game like the dope game, they say, right? So, you know, there was a time, and I'm just keep it real with you. There was a time where we were saying, man, you know, the Crest side, they got all the girls. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, they were some slender young dudes, you know what I mean? But you know, over in the hills, we big boned it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, over in the hills, we know we were
they
fed
put something
right
in the water over there, and now it's
hey,
the cornbread.
Hey, listen, there's a rural area in the back of Beverly Hills where we rode horses, right?
Right.
Patrick Smith, you know what I'm saying? Travis Slay, you know, all those. Mr. Strong taught them how to ride horses. You know what I'm saying? And that deterred a lot because next thing you know, they were riding in the 4th of July parade, and they were riding here, they were riding there, you know. So, like I said, we were blessed to grow up the way we grew up. 40, he be legit, you know. Don't want to leave out be legit, you know what I'm saying? Don't want to leave out 𝘓𝘰𝘐. Shout out to 𝘓𝘰𝘐, you know. Family orientated, you know, all family put the game together, and the game came together. And like I said, I'm 3 years older than 40, so they listened, they paid attention.
Yeah, you pretty much set one of the people who set the blueprint of how to put your music together, promote it, try to get out of Vallejo, you know, try to get it seen. Right.
Right. He was the first independent record label ever. Was Sick With It. Was Sick With It Records. He was the first one to do it. He got the game from Uncle St. Charles. Shout out to Cousin Charles. You know, even Master P got the game from Cousin St. Charles because Master P was out there in Richmond. And so, and what I'm saying, they have said already publicly. No, you know, I'm not like giving out secrets or surprises. They have they have already said where they got the game from.
Right.
And they just elevated it. Both gentlemen, Master P, shout out to Master P, man. You know, No Limit Soldiers. You know,
I wish I could have been there because they must have got some good game because everybody you named is doing it big right now.
Yeah, well, you know, and the funny part is that they just celebrated Uncle St. Charles up here in Vacaville in the park, you know, and he still got that good game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the very first independent record label came out of Vallejo, California, Sick With It Records. The first rapper that rapped quick came out of Vallejo, California. His name was E40. First rapper to have game and 𝑐𝐻 was Mac Dre. Came out of Vallejo, California. Rest in peace to Mac Dre. Rest in peace to DJ Cease. Rest in peace to the Mac. A lot of people don't know the story about the Mac. Mac was really his rap game was so elevated, and he was really going to take the Crest to another level. But his life was ended in gun violence by mistaken identity. Yeah, so Vallejo, man, you know, VALEJO, man. You know, we're very proud. We're a very proud city. We're very proud people. But we're good people. You know what I'm saying? We'll feed you. You know what I'm saying? We'll feed you. You know what I'm saying? House of Soul, you know, used to be the spot a lot of people went to. House of Soul. But we in Beverly Hills, we had George's barbecue and chicken. You know what I'm saying? We had
You remember Choi's?
Huh?
Nothing, forget it.
Did you say Choi's?
Nah, I didn't say Choi's.
What did you say? What did you say, D?
I said, do you remember Choi's?
Of course.
I don't know why I said that. Why that come to my mind right now?
Of course. Of course.
I don't know why
right?
I was thinking about that.
Well, it was on your mind, bro.
Nah, we just talking about old Vallejo, so that's why it came up. Stop that.
It was on your mind, bro. But and then, even when we met, right, D?
Mm-hmm.
We met me, you, Dante, Tano, right? Camille.
Yeah. What'd you think when you saw Meal Ticket?
I wanted to be in it. I was very.
You were supposed to be in it.
Some kind of.
It was supposed to be your car that they take to Sacramento.
Yeah.
You was the only one that had the car.
Hey. Yeah. Remember we went to Sacramento? You remember all that stuff that happened?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
that was my car when we went to Sacramento, though.
Yeah, it was your car.
It was my car when we went to Sacramento, right. Though. But
yeah, y'all took off and went somewhere, and all kind of strange things happened.
Hey, this is about you. We're gonna keep the interview about you, sir. I'm not being interviewed right now.
Shout out to Clayton.
Shout out to Clayton. How's he doing right now? I heard he's doing real good. He got kids and stuff.
Well, yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well. I know. He's still fighting. You know, he's still in the system. You know, but he's supposed to be coming.
You know what? My bad. I thought you said Tano. You said Clayton. Yeah, Clayton is in the system.
Yeah, Clayton in the system. But Tano, yeah,
he got music. Clayton be sending me music. He making albums in the.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
He's doing his thing.
But Tano is what I thought you said. He got kids and stuff and he's living good.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Yeah.
You know, he goes back to that night in Santa Rosa.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we're just gonna leave that right there.
Yeah.
You know,
that's yeah.
Yeah.
That's late night talk.
Yeah.
Too early in the day. You're gonna get me kicked off YouTube.
But yeah, so Vallejo, like I said, 40's going on to do great things. He now has his own ice cream, burrito. He has his own wine. He has his own cognac. He has a lot of his own right now, and I'm very proud of him. You know what I'm saying? And of course, he's from my side of town, so I'm going to be very proud of him. I'm going to boast on him. Sally Sale, you know what I'm saying? My side of town. You know, all the young rappers, Willie Joe, out of the hillside.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing very well down in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Very well. He has a huge artist that he works with. Shout out to Tina Davis, Empire Records. Tina Davis used to work for Russell Simmons and Def Jam. Then she went over to be president of Columbia Records.
Mm-hmm.
And now she's back in the Bay, back where her roots is with Empire Records. So shout out to Tina Davis and her family, her brother Eddie, that's my boy. We balled together, Tyson, and just today, Big George, the pops, and their mother who passed away recently. Rest in peace. But shout out to the Davis family. CC, my brother, Coach CC, Alan Lakes, Coach CC, rest in peace. Alan Lakes, my former manager. My boy Ant Dog. I can't forget to say Ant Dog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's
He's
been my friend for
music
5 years.
For how long?
I was just with him Friday night, and oh boy, that's all I can say.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? We went to he has an artist called Frank the Bear, and you should look this guy up. This guy is a true performing artist. He sings. He's
what's his name?
His name is Frank the Bear.
Mm-hmm. Navarre.
𝘏𝑗𝑐. Yes, French.
With a V or a B?
With a B.
Okay.
I think it's N-A. It starts
Right.
N-A.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy, you know, I think he's the next pop sensation.
Okay.
Could even cross over to R&B.
So
you
like
know,
what, like you say, a Bruno Mars or something?
Well, I wouldn't say Bruno. I would say more close to like
Chris Brown or something?
More close to like maybe John B.
Oh, okay.
Or Justin Timberlake.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That kind of John, you know what I'm saying? But he's good. The guy's good. He's an incredible writer, incredible performer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my boy Ant Dog artist. I cannot forget my nephew, Neff the Pharaoh. Shout out to Neff the Pharaoh. Big timing. Love you to death, boy. Doing his thing out there now. And like I said, all this talent came out of Vallejo. You know, Frank DeBerry's from Sacramento area.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys, if you know, you ought to check him out. Check him out.
I'm gonna check him out. I'm gonna get his music and try to play it while I can.
Yeah, please. Check him out. It's been great. You know what I'm saying? The ride sometimes get bumpy, but you fasten your seatbelt. They said I wouldn't live to see 21, and I ain't gonna tell you my age, but I'm much older and much wiser. You know, when we were growing up, when we were hanging out, D, you know, my main thing with y'all was stay in school, do good, and we're gonna have some rewards every week.
Right. Right. Yeah.
And you know, we have rewards, whatever you guys wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, most of the time we just smoked till we passed out.
For sure. Video games till my mom started tripping.
Yeah. Oh man, moms! Shout out to moms.
Yeah, she's doing good. Have you seen her recently? You been by there to see her?
Shamefully, I have not, but that's why I need to slow my roll and you know, go by and see moms. Shout out to Felicia, your sister, the poetess.
Yeah, she there right now.
Is she?
Yeah.
You okay.
Pull up on them and say hello.
You know,
you should pull up on them and say hello. They would really like that. It would be really cool.
How long is Felicia going to be here?
Just a couple days.
Yeah, I should pull up on her.
You should.
I should pull up. Tomorrow's a holiday.
Yeah.
What's up to Curtis?
Yeah.
We already said Tasha.
Yeah.
That road trip to
hey, y'all was celebrities. Y'all was celebrities. We was rolling with celebrities. Thick and thin. We was rolling with thick and thin.
Well, the showcase is down in Los Angeles, California. Shout out Southern California, man.
Yeah.
Everybody out there, man. Y'all are peeps, man. A lot of folks think we don't get along, but we proved them wrong. We get along.
Yeah.
Look at the music industry. Look at Snoop 40, Too Short, and Ice Cube. Have a rap group. You know what I'm saying? People never thought it was possible. It's always possible as long as you're open. You're open-minded. Not open-blinded.
Right.
Open-minded.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there can be some situations that ain't cool. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. I'm grateful.
Same.
Man, I love you to death, boy.
You
know
too.
What I'm saying?
You too. It's good to see you doing good.
Man, you know, God's been good. I'm waiting to see you know, shout out to infamous Mackin.
Yeah. His barbershop. What's the name of his barbershop?
Blade Barbershop. If you're ever in the Soon area in California, please stop by Blade's Barbershop and get a haircut from my boy Dante Randolph. Man, that man has some gifted hands on him. You know what I'm saying? Or you can find my little nephew, Lamont St. Clair. He got gifted hands on him. You know, those are the people that cut the hair. You know what I'm saying? And plus, that was the original posse, right?
Right. Hey, was you there when we took the acid and Cliff went to jail for giving the cops the wrong name?
Yeah, I was there for all that. Hey, shout out to Cliff and his brother Gil.
His brother, yeah. His brother Gil. His little brother too, right? What was it?
That get with the little brother. Deon was the middle brother.
No.
Deon passed away. Yeah, Deon passed away. So rest in peace to Deon.
Rest in peace to Deon.
I mean, Deon, I'm sorry. Rest in peace. I'm sorry about that, man. My mind just be racing because I'm seeing people pull up and stuff like that. But yeah, rest in peace. His name is Deon. I'm tripping. Yeah. Hey, y'all forgive me. I had a toke. Yeah, rest in peace to Deon too, man. Deon and we were tight knit.
What was it wasn't his brother. What was it? No, not that. Ray was Dante's little brother, but what was Cliff had a little brother too though, right? Like
Cliff little brother. Cliff, he did have a literal brother.
What was his name? How's he doing? You heard from him?
They're doing good, but you know, Gip had signed with Master P.
Right, that's the one that signed with Master P.
He was first with the Funk Mob, a part of Sick With It, and then he went to Master P and became Little Italy. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, once again, all this talent is coming out of Vallejo, California.
Yeah, we
have a city. We're Mess City too. You know what I'm saying? So
right, it's crazy too.
You know what I'm saying? But one thing about it is that I truly believe that God is going to take the mess and make it a message.
For sure.
And the message is going to be is that no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, even if you're doing wrong right now, it's never too late.
Yeah.
To turn around, to get it together. I'm a living witness. I'm a living testimony. Shit, I mean, me, I was an addict. First, I started off as selling big time and all that. And I became an addict. And the game's going to get you one way or another.
Yeah.
The game will get you one way or another. But thank God that I'm no longer an addict. Thank God that I'm focused.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God for life.
Right.
Man, life is so important. People.
Yeah.
Life is so important. And another thing, and I don't want to be preachy, but respect everybody's time. You know, you got to respect people's time. That's one thing I'm learning. Everybody has time.
Say it. Hold on a second. Let me turn your mic up a little bit. Say it again because I didn't have motherfuckers not excuse my language, but I didn't have motherfuckers not respecting my time. No, I'm just playing.
And that's what I mean. And those are the people that need to start respecting people's time. You got to start respecting people's time. Because if you respect people's time, then they'll respect your time. And then time comes into, you know, time is not wasted. But I thank you for this platform. I thank you for bringing me on your show. Thank you for bringing me on your show to share my book, to share my song.
Show it one more time on camera.
Once again, the book is called Lost in Love, a novel by Robert Craig. I appreciate it. I appreciate the LA area. I appreciate everything you guys are doing. God bless you. Thank you for this segment. Thank you, D. I'll be calling you a little later.
For sure. Well, if I don't answer, it's because I'm still doing this. You know, I'm doing this for 80 hours straight, and right now, you are.
Yeah, I'll call you when you pass out, Debo.
Yeah, exactly. You know you're my 55th hour.
My 55th hour. I'll call you on Wednesday. You know, because you'll probably sleep all day Tuesday.
Probably, most likely. Nah, they ain't gonna let me sleep Tuesday. They ain't gonna let me sleep at all. They're gonna try to keep me busy around here. I'm looking at the culprits right now.
My little brother for life, man.
My wife and my dog is who I'm talking about. But
yeah. Okay. Hey, you my brother for life, man. We went through some things, man.
Hey, we're gonna talk soon. And then like I said, I got another platform that deserves your story. It's called Life Stories with Mariana. And then also I want to hook you up with a captured heirloom, something you could pass down to your family because you got a big family, you got kids, grandkids. Yeah. So I got something that is priceless for you that I'm gonna give to you, Rob.
I need that. I appreciate it. And you know what I'm saying? It's we have to generate wealth, generational wealth as a people. So we need to support your platform more. You know what I'm saying? Everybody keep tuning in, keep supporting my boy Deon. You know what I'm saying? Keep supporting him, man. He's a good dude, man. Always have been.
I
You know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
that,
Like I
Rob.
said, I've known
Y'all
him ever
used to
since
make
he was a
fun of me.
teenager.
Y'all used to make fun of me for being a good dude.
But we
No,
respected
I'm just
it.
playing. I'm just playing. Nah,
We
y'all
respected
did.
it.
Y'all did
We
respect
respected it.
it. For sure.
But you're good. You know what I'm saying? You are a genius in your own right, man. Because video games and all that kind of stuff, your mind and what I've known you to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Put you on a different plateau than most.
Appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying?
You too,
and for
though,
you to have
what you did for us
right now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And think about, because that's what you did, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
For you to have the platform you have and think about others to help others along, man, that says right there that you're a good dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? But 100-707. Love you.
You too,
Bay
man.
Area.
I appreciate you. Yo, peace.
Sir.